You're worth giving your energy to people who can invest back into you. You're worth that. I think we're all kind of programmed to just naturally care, to care about things, to care about people, to care about situations by default without questioning anything. Questioning things is almost demonized. We shame people who are curious. We shame people who step outside the box and don't operate in social norms. When we're programmed to just care about anything without question, without understanding if it actually aligns with our life, when we're giving out this caring, loving, kind energy without really questioning who's receiving it, I think that's how we end up in draining situations. That's how we end up not pursuing our goals and not being purposeful in our lives, because we're just giving out energy for free. Like, we're just giving out energy and not even being concerned about what we're getting from it. Especially if you grew up in a religious household, or you grew up in a household where like you were praised for being a nice girl or a nice guy. Maybe niceness was pushed on you to a point where you couldn't even accept your anger for real. You couldn't even really accept the parts of you that weren't so nice, that weren't so kind. But authenticity thrives in being honest, and we're human beings. We're going to experience every emotion on the scale: anger, sadness, frustration, irritability. Your authenticity has to be at the forefront. So if you're pushing away every emotion except being nice and being kind to people and caring about everything, then you're not going to live a life that truly feels good to you. You're going to live a life where you're only convenient to people, where people only accept you and love you as long as you're being nice, as long as you're being pleasant towards them. And then too, society has a way of making people feel bad for being different. Like, if you're the only one in a group who is quiet and doesn't talk as much, if you're the only person in the group who has a certain hobby or has a certain interest, it's natural and it's normalized to single that person out or bully that person and make them feel like you don't fit in here, you're not included, you're not one of us. So when we think about that type of behavior in society, it's almost like other people aren't scared to make you feel bad. Other people aren't scared to make you feel like you're the only one, or you're too different, or you're too this or too that, too sensitive, you know? And other people aren't afraid to stand up for themselves, you know? So we have to develop that backbone to say, you know what, I don't care about this situation. I don't care about this job. I don't care to invest my energy dating this person. I don't care. Like, get used to saying I don't care, because that'll save you so much time, so much energy. And a lot of us have built an ego, like a complex around being this person who just cares so much, being an empath. Oh, I have such a big heart. I just care about everybody. I love everybody. I get hurt because I love too deep. I care too much. Like, nobody told you to do that. You have to give yourself permission to not give a fuck. Excuse my language. Give yourself permission to not care so much, because again, you're the only person who can protect you. And as long as you're willing to give out your energy to everybody, as long as you're willing to care so much about everybody, trust and believe there's somebody who can use your energy, who will manipulate your energy for their own purpose, for their own motives and situation. So it's not so much about becoming mean or becoming a bitch, or, you know, becoming this shameful version, the opposite of a kind person, the opposite of a nice woman. No, it's about simply having boundaries, understanding what you need in order to live a happy life, you know, because again, nobody's coming to force you to be happy or force you to live a life that feels good to you. You have to set that norm for you. You have to say, this is what I care about and this is what I don't care about. But a lot of us only care about certain things because we want validation from it, or because we're scared of who we are on the other side of us saying, I really don't give a fuck. So when you genuinely start to accept yourself, you start to accept what you care about, what you don't care about, what you like, what you don't like. When you start to become more authentic, you have to become okay and comfortable with other people being uncomfortable around you. You have to become comfortable with people not liking you, or almost being a little bit intimidated or scared of you because you're different, because you don't act the same way that everybody acts around them. Or a lot of people may naturally and genuinely be confused as to why you don't pour your energy into everything, or why you don't give them a certain amount of attention. But this confusion, this discomfort that you might cause is normal. I think when we grow up being people pleasers, when we grow up doing what we think is right, we end up building a life where we're convenient for people. I say this a lot in my videos, but we build a life where we're just convenient for other people rather than being game changers or being the influence, being a leader. So when we're going from people pleaser to leader, or people pleaser to authentic, you're going to make some people uncomfortable who have never seen you in that energy, or who may have assumed how you are. You know what I mean? So don't be afraid to shake the room. Don't be afraid to show people I'm different, or I feel differently about this. Stop trying to live up to other people's expectations. Stop trying to live up to society's expectations, societal norms, because that's just going to drain you even more. You know, you have to create your definition of what a good worker is. You have to create your definition of what a good family member, a good daughter, a good sister, a good friend is. We can't be so stuck on maintaining the status quo that we never make a difference in our lives, that we never make true progress in our own lives. So don't be afraid to go against the status quo. You're different for a reason. You have a different heart, a different drive for a reason. Like, we're not meant to all be the same person, and I hope you don't let that pressure of fitting in stop you from really being you and showing people who you are. I feel like we should care about people who genuinely support us. Like, you should care about people who are invested in your growth, who are invested in your journey, or giving you that energy where you know they truly support you. You know they're genuine. These type of people should get your support. These type of people should get your care. But on the other hand, if you have somebody that's always doubtful, that's always negative, that for some reason you never feel really good around them, or you feel uncomfortable around that person, you shouldn't care about anybody that makes you uncomfortable being yourself. Give yourself permission to not care about people who don't care about your feelings, who don't care about how safe you feel. It's okay to have boundaries and cut people out of your life who don't make you feel good about being yourself, because 9 times out of 10, they don't feel good about themselves, and all they know how to do is bring you down to their level. So give yourself permission to not care about people who don't care about your well-being. Also, I feel like it's okay to not care about people who don't influence growth in your life. And just because you don't care about certain things doesn't mean you have to be rude, you have to be disrespectful, or you have to be in somebody's face like, oh, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. No, not caring simply means you don't pour your energy or invest all your time into something that isn't benefiting you, or at least supporting you at the end of the day. Like, for example, if you're surrounded by people who down themselves all day, they talk about people badly, or they're just constantly in a negative energy, it's okay to not care to want to be friends with that person. It's okay to not care about how that person's day is going, maybe. You know what I mean? If it's somebody that's always complaining, it's okay to tell yourself, I don't care to interact with that person. It's okay to tell yourself, like, I'm not going to invest my energy into somebody who I don't resonate with, who I don't feel a natural connection or a natural flow to. Like I said earlier in the video, we're programmed to care about any and everything and everybody, even if it doesn't align to us, even if the person is hurting us in a lot of situations. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people who care about people who are literally abusing them. People care about jobs where they're literally depressed and crying every day. It's okay to not care about your job. That doesn't mean, don't do your job or neglect your job, neglect your responsibilities, but it's okay to internally accept that I don't see myself being here long term. When it comes to friends, it's okay to say, you know what, I didn't really enjoy hanging out with her, or I got a weird vibe from her, or whatever it is. It's okay to say, I don't care to hang out with her anymore. Whatever it is, y'all, I don't care if it's friends, family, a man, a woman. I don't care what it is in your life. Give yourself permission to not care if it's not helping you, benefiting you, or supporting you in some way. It's about you regulating your emotions, you living a life that feels fulfilling to you, and not giving your energy to just anybody. Like, you're worth giving your energy to people who can invest back into you. You're worth that. If you made it to the end of this video, I'm so thankful, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.